Hello, everybody, and welcome to another chapter in the long legacy of the Big Ten Conference. It's a championship game in the new expanded Big Ten, and there are high stakes here. Not just a conference championship, but potentially positioning themselves for a run at the national championship with an automatic bid. There's a lot more at stake than a championship trophy here today. There's playoff positioning and potentially just getting into the playoff on the line as well. So the stakes have never been higher. As we'll see the number 13 team in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going.
But what do you do after the offense makes the reception? Are you giving up much space? Are you giving up yards after the catch? Here, just a really good job by this defense. Yeah, they gave up a reception, but right there to make a nice tackle for a loss.
The offense sets up the 1st and goal. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. So the offense clicking now, Kirk, building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. There's a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. And they bring him down, but look, there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see if the officials wipe away this turnover. So here we go, 3rd down. Defense needs a stop here. Try to force a field goal attempt. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Badgers. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Here comes the Northwestern offense onto the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. The pocket breaking down. And the ball is picked off. Not much on the return there, but a great interception to give the offense the football at the 42.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. Touchdown, Northwestern. This offense cannot be stopped. That's the kind of execution that's built on the practice field. A very precise pitching catch for a touchdown.
You know, when we were out at practice, one thing that really stood out to me about this receiver was his ability to separate with his route running ability. You could see that right there on game day and how that shows up for a touchdown. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Ball carrier running through tackles. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Boy, we see more and more of this in college football. You get the right guy in that slot. They can win the one-on-one matchups. You take some chances. Here they got the matchup that they wanted and hit it for the touchdown.
Defense clearly setting up to stuff the run here. Another handoff to him on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Wildcats. This offense is still clicking.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional. I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
So on 4th down, it's an all-important field goal attempt. Hold your breath here. And it's good right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And here's the return from inside the 5. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Gets some blocks. Still going. It's a foot race. All the way for a touchdown. A kick return all the way for a touchdown with a conference title on the line. He's never going to forget that.
Yeah, he'll never forget this. You're right. Conference championship, huge stage. Everybody's watching. Great blocks up front to get him started. And then it was just raw speed and instincts to take it to the house. Incompletion on 3rd down and long. It's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
Oh, and it's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Crucial moment late in this game. Now it's 3rd and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Touchdown, Northwestern. Strong game by this quarterback. Coach, you play quarterback. How about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. First down and goal here. A touchdown just about puts this game on ice. Here's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
You put 5 wide receivers into a formation that puts so much pressure on the defense. Do you have enough guys that can cover? The quarterback does such a good job of finding the weakness and exploiting it. They're not going to have any chance of coming back, and I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. That huge play sets up a great opportunity. 1st and goal just outside the 5. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Touchdown, Badgers. Still no answer for the passing game.
Man, I love this. Chris, I don't think they're going to have a chance to come all the way back, but here we are, under 2 minutes to go, and they continue to show some fight. And you know, who knows? Maybe you cover an onside kick and you get right back in it.
An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. It's always a special year when after all the work you put in, you can call yourselves champions of the Big Ten. And now with the playoff spot locked up, the spotlight gets even brighter. We're going to find out where they're going to be playing as they continue to pursue a national championship. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.